Oh, hello there. Actually, hello Mr. Chippens. How are we doing today? Anywho, I'm going to discuss the difference between whole life insurance, right over here, and term life insurance on this end. I'm going to give you the benefits, pros, and cons of each. And then I'm going to tell this, exactly what I say, to 5 other people. Okay, so now we're going to start off with the benefits of each. Okay, so you have term insurance and you have obviously whole life insurance. And now whole life insurance, you're going to have to pay a set amount every month, and it's going to be about 10 times more expensive than term insurance. Term insurance is only going to be, like I said, 1/10 of the cost of whole life. However, at the end of the term, and you can pick between a 5-year term, 10-year term, 20-year term, depends on the insurance policy. But once the term is up, you're done with. You don't get any cash value back. There's no dividends that are offered through the term insurance policies either. Now, if you choose, that's the good thing though. The good thing is they're cheap, on a monthly basis. However, the whole life insurance is a lot more expensive. However, you do get dividends back in return after a certain time period is up. So say you put in $200,000 and you're 65 years old, you can also take a certain percentage of that money out and use it for retirement planning. It's used as basically a savings account. Is what it is, and like I said, it offers back dividends. So you're definitely going to get a certain rate of return back in addition. So that's one of the major advancements or advantages, sorry, in whole life insurance.
That's it. Yep.
So term life insurance is not used as throughout one's life and does not offer any cash value, like I said. However, some people do believe that whole life is used as, like I said, a retirement plan or retirement account to where you get dividends back and cash value back, which is why a lot of people choose whole life. However, like I said, it is more expensive per month on a monthly basis. So this is a type of investment strategy that many people will use in order to build up money for their retirement.
Restart.
The first person I'm going to interview is going to be Steve Basson. He is a student here at the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, and we're going to give him a take on whether or not, or on which insurance policy he prefers, whole life or term insurance. Okay, so Stu, after my whole spiel about whole life insurance and term life insurance, which would you choose in your state right now?
Great question, Sam, and I just want to say thank you for giving me a rundown of the 2 different types of life insurance. I think you did a really good job. I knew a little bit about it before this, and I appreciate that you brought some new knowledge to me. If I had to choose, honestly, I'm a pretty conservative person, so I think whole life would be the way to go. I don't have any dependents now, but I know down the road I will, so I'm hoping that I can start this planning here and now while whole policies are pretty cheap when you're young, as you explained to me. And I think that's probably the right way to go. Over time, I know it's going to cost a lot, but I think that there's genuine value in having a guaranteed payout when you do die, whether you die at 45 or whether you die at 75. I value the fact that you're going to get that face amount when you die, and also you can use it as an investment strategy and take dividends out if you'd like, and there is cash value that you can withdraw on here and there. And again, your payments in are tax deductible, so that seems to me like a lot of winners right there, a lot of positives. So if I had to pick now, to reiterate, I would definitely pick whole life.
Definitely. All right. Thank you for your time, Stu.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
You did a good job.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, this is Joshua Gran. He is going to be running for president here pretty soon, and he is a finance major. Now, after just giving him the whole rundown of what term insurance is and what whole life is, he's going to tell me which one he would choose between the two. given his position. All right, so Josh, which one would it be?
I would choose term life insurance.
So why would you choose that?
Because currently I'm young, pretty healthy, and I don't plan on dying in the near future.
Okay.
So on the whole life, can I surrender or can I get the cash value?
Okay, yeah, generally in a traditional whole life policy, yeah. Over time, the policy accumulates cash value, which is similar to building kind of like equity on a home, for say. When the policy is surrendered, the owner is actually entitled to at least a portion of the cash value. Well, the actual amount that the owner receives will depend whether there are any outstanding loans or whether there's going to be, any unpaid premiums that can be deducted from that cash value. But yes, does that answer your question?
Yeah, that answers my question.
Do you have any other questions about whole life or term insurance?
No, I don't think I do.
All right, perfect. Thank you for your time, Josh. So today we have Hayden Potts. He's a finance major, and I just want to thank you, Hayden, for your time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh, you're very welcome. Now, I've given you the rundown of what term insurance is and what whole life insurance is. Now, what I'm going to ask you is, say in 5 years, what are you going to choose between the two?
Well, considering I'm pretty set on my future, I don't plan on having a family in 5 years. I mean, that could easily change, but as of right now, I don't plan on having a significant other or a kid. So I think the viable option would be term insurance. I'm not gonna kind of throw all my eggs in one basket with the whole and really put down a lot of money when I really would end up possibly changing it in the future as far as the family goes. So definitely term life insurance.
Perfect. So say you do get married and you do have a kid or two. What would you do? Would you get term insurance then or whole life?
I would explore the other options, mainly whole life. I think that might be a better. I'd be making a lot more money then, and it really provides more of an umbrella for my significant other, just say my wife and my kid, just say if I were to die. So.
Do you have any questions about the premiums paid or?
Yeah. I kind of thought of this. So are the premiums going to change over time, as time goes on? Or
For which policy?
Let's just say whole.
For whole life? Okay, so for whole life, now generally in a traditional whole life policy, the scheduled premium payments remain level. Okay? So premiums are generally the same or going to be fixed every year in the insured's life or your life. Now, the premium payments consist of both life insurance protection and savings. And these two elements kind of vary over the life of the insured's, but the total scheduled premium payment remains the same for the whole life of the traditional whole life policy. Okay, so today we are going to have Jordan Pendergast talk to us about insurance, and I already gave him the rundown on what the difference is between whole life insurance and term insurance, and now I'm going to give him two scenarios. So, Jordy, now, just starting off right now at your state, what would you choose, whole life or term?
I'd probably choose term life insurance just because I know that whole life starts off right away. It's still more money, so I don't want to be taking that much out of my bank account when I still have student loans to pay off and stuff like that. But what were the pros again of the whole life insurance?
Okay, well, the pros again were it's really predictable, and in most cases the premiums are fixed for the whole life of the insured, and which is you in that case. Mm-hmm. The beneficiaries receive the death benefit no matter when the insured dies, which is you, as long as the premiums were paid. Mm-hmm. Sorry to throw in death in there. Mm-hmm. But the policy may also build a cash value. Like I said, you know about that, how it builds the cash value, kind of like an account, savings account. And like I said, it's also that if you take it out and withdraw it, it will be tax deferred. If you surrender the policy at a later date, the cash value, if there is any cash value built up at the time, it will actually be returned to you if you decide to back out and, like I said, surrender that account over.
Okay.
Questions for me today?
No, I think that's it.
All right, thank you so much. And Jordan is actually what major are you again?
Biomedical science.
Biomedical science. Okay, well, you heard it here first, folks. So today we've got Nate King. He's a finance major and junior at UWL, and I've given him the rundown of what the difference between whole life insurance is and term insurance. And now I'm going to ask him the question, Nate, what policy would you choose and why?
I personally would rather use the term life insurance policy.
Okay, so what's the reason behind that?
Because it's at a much lower cost, and I would probably prefer just to have a 20-year term life insurance policy, maybe pick it up after my firstborn is right around 5 years old. That way, when he's 25, it terms up, and then I can use the excess funds to invest in higher returning mutual funds, other stocks, that kind of stuff.
Okay, now since that, would you also invest that money in to say some stocks during that 20-year term, since the monthly premiums on the term insurance for those 20 years are going to be extremely cheap compared to whole life?
I would probably wait to do more of that later, but I would invest in things that have a higher rate of return but not as high risk as I would do after the term is up.
All right, go.
And just one more thing is after, I'm worried about my wife and all that other stuff. After the term, let's say I were to die, the money invested in the other mutual funds and other stuff like that could just be used as kind of an insurance policy even if my term was up.
All right, sounds good, Nate. Thank you so much for your time.